Hello guys, welcome to ESE English Skill Enhancement. I am your host and your friend Jack. I'm really happy that you're here today. If you're listening to this podcast, there's a good chance you've asked yourself this question before. Why can't I speak English confidently? Or maybe you've experienced this situation. You know some English words. You understand simple sentences. You even know grammar rules. But when someone asks you a simple question like, "Tell me about yourself," your mind suddenly becomes blank. You freeze. You become nervous. You start thinking, what if I make a mistake? And finally, you stay silent. If this has happened to you, don't worry. You're not the only one. Millions of English learners experience exactly the same feeling every day. The problem is not your English. The problem is fear. Today, in this podcast, we're going to remove that fear. Not by memorizing hundreds of difficult sentences. Not by learning complicated grammar. But by learning how to introduce yourself naturally, confidently, and comfortably. Before we begin, I want you to remember one important sentence. Confidence is built by speaking, not by waiting. Many students think they must become perfect before they speak. That is completely wrong. Nobody speaks perfect English from the beginning. Even native speakers make mistakes. The difference is simple. They keep speaking. So today, promise yourself one thing. I will not be afraid of making mistakes. Say it in your mind. I will not be afraid. Good. Now let's start. When someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," they are not asking for your entire life story. They only want a simple introduction. Think of it as introducing yourself to a new friend. Keep it simple. Keep it clear. Keep it natural. The first step is your greeting. You can say, "Hello," "Hi," or "Good morning." After that, tell your name. For example, "My name is Rahul." Or, "I'm Rahul." Very simple. Now tell where you're from. I'm from Kolkata. I'm from Delhi. I'm from Mumbai. See? Still very easy. Next, tell people what you do. If you're a student, say, "I'm a student." If you're working, say, "I work in a private company." If you're learning English, proudly say, "I'm learning English because I want to communicate confidently." Never feel embarrassed to say you're learning. Learning is a strength, not a weakness. Now let's add your interests. For example, I enjoy reading books. I love playing cricket. I like listening to music. I enjoy learning new skills. Choose only one or two hobbies. No need to say everything. Now tell your goal. This is one of the most interesting parts. You can say, "My goal is to become fluent in English." Or, "I want to improve my communication skills." Or, "I want to build my confidence." These simple sentences show that you're serious about learning. Now let's combine everything. Listen carefully. Hello. My name is Rahul. I'm from Kolkata, India. I'm a student. I'm learning English because I want to speak confidently. In my free time, I enjoy reading books and watching educational videos. My goal is to become fluent in English and communicate with confidence. It's nice to meet you. Did you notice something? There are no difficult words. No advanced grammar. No complicated expressions. Yet it sounds natural. This is exactly how confidence begins. Not with perfection. With simplicity. Many students ask, how can I remember all these sentences? Here's my answer. Don't memorize. Understand. When you understand the structure, you can create your own introduction anytime. The structure is simple. Greeting. Name. Place. Occupation. Hobbies. Goal. Closing. That's all. Practice this structure every day. Now I want you to do something. Pause this podcast after this section. Stand in front of a mirror. Smile. And introduce yourself. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about pronunciation. Just speak. Maybe your first attempt won't be perfect. That's okay. Your second attempt will be better. Your third attempt will be even better. Improvement always comes after practice. Never before. At ESE, English Skill Enhancement, we believe that every learner can become a confident English speaker. Not because they are naturally talented, but because they refuse to give up. Remember this. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once felt nervous. Every successful learner once made mistakes. The only difference is that they continued. So don't compare yourself with someone who has been learning English for 10 years. Compare yourself with the person you were yesterday. If today you speak one sentence more than yesterday, you've already improved. That's progress. And progress is more important than perfection. As we continue this podcast, you'll learn how to answer, tell me about yourself, in different situations, how to sound natural, and how to speak with confidence without memorizing long paragraphs. Stay with me. Your English journey is just beginning. And remember, this is ESE, English Skill Enhancement, where confidence grows one sentence at a time. Now that you've learned the basic structure of introducing yourself, I want to tell you something that can completely change the way you learn English. Many people believe that fluency is a gift. It isn't. Fluency is a habit. Every person who speaks English confidently today started exactly where you are now. They hesitated. They forgot words. They made mistakes. Sometimes people laughed at them. Sometimes they laughed at themselves. But they never stopped. And that's why they became fluent. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Did you learn it by reading a book? No. You learned by getting on the bicycle. Maybe you fell once. Maybe twice. Maybe many times. But every fall taught you something. Speaking English is exactly the same. You don't become fluent by only watching videos. You become fluent when you open your mouth and speak. Even if your sentences are small. Even if your pronunciation isn't perfect. Even if you pause to think. Just keep speaking. Remember, communication is always more important than perfection. If people understand your message, you've already succeeded. One mistake should never become a reason to stop speaking. Instead, let every mistake become your teacher. Here's a challenge for you. Starting today, speak English for just 5 minutes every day. Talk about your day. Describe your room. Describe your family. Describe the weather. Describe your dreams. Don't worry if nobody is listening. The important thing is that you are speaking. Every sentence you speak makes your confidence stronger. Every day you practice makes your English better than yesterday. There will be days when you feel that you're not improving. That's normal. Progress is not always visible. Just like a seed growing under the ground, your skills are developing even when you can't see them. Trust the process. Stay patient. Keep learning. And most importantly, keep speaking. Whenever fear tells you, your English isn't good enough, answer with confidence. My English is improving every single day. That one sentence can change your mindset. From today, stop saying, my English is bad. Instead say, I'm learning English. Those two sentences have completely different meanings. One gives up. The other keeps growing. At ESE, English Skill Enhancement, our mission is simple. We want every learner to believe that English is not only for brilliant students. English is for everyone. For every student. Every worker. Every dreamer. Every person who wants a better future. If you can learn your first language, you can learn English too. The only difference is practice. Never compare your Chapter 1 with someone else's Chapter 20. Focus on your own journey. Celebrate every small improvement. Your first sentence. Your first conversation. Your first confident introduction. These moments matter. One day, you'll look back and smile because the person who was once afraid to say hello will be speaking English with confidence. That day will come. Not because of luck. But because you refuse to quit. Before we finish, I want you to make one promise to yourself. I will practice English every day. I will not fear mistakes. I will keep speaking. If you can keep these 3 promises, your English will improve faster than you imagine. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I truly hope this podcast gave you confidence, not just information. Remember, confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Confidence follows action. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today. Speak today. Grow today. This is ESE, English Skill Enhancement, where every sentence you speak brings you one step closer to fluency. If you enjoyed this podcast and found it helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend who is learning English, and subscribe to ESE, English Skill Enhancement for more simple, practical, and motivating English lessons. Also, tell me in the comments. What is your name, where are you from, and why do you want to learn English? I'd love to hear your story. Until our next podcast, keep learning, keep smiling, keep believing in yourself, and remember. Practice creates confidence. Confidence creates fluency. Thank you for listening. See you in the next episode. Take care, and keep speaking English.